You're listening to KOZQ, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. It's Frisco League Tournament Softball 2023 from Lakeway. Our games brought to you in part by K. York Electric, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Gasco Sage Electric, Central Ozarks Medical Center, the Pulaski County Health Center, Fancher Ricas Funeral Home, Town and Country Supermarkets, Smith's Dash Trash, Dixon Nursing and Rehab, Post Pawn, Tax Pros and more, the Stoutland School District, the Marys County Bank, Iberia School District, and Pennaroyal Antiques. Let's play ball at Lakeway for this year's tournament.
And once again, welcome back here to Lakeway High School, the Lakeway Softball Complex, where we are just about to get started. Our second and final game of the evening. A spot in the championship on the line as the number 2-seeded Dixon Lady Bulldogs, they take on the number 3-seeded Richland Lady Bears. So again, Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Glad you could rejoin me for what promised to be a very fun contest. Two very good pitchers here in this one set to do battle. Our first game of the day, Stoutland overcoming Newburgh. So Stoutland will be playing for 5th place tomorrow. They will be taking on Crocker. We just got to figure out who's playing in the championship and who is playing in the 3rd place game. So it will be Dixon, who is the home team. They are the higher seeds, so they will be in the field up first as we go quickly over some starting lineups here. Might have to do it throughout the course of this inning, but for Dixon, batting leadoff for him today, that's going to be the center fielder, Mackenzie Cross. Batting second, that's your second baseman in Kinsley Lipscomb. Batting third, the catcher, Emma Tilgen. Batting cleanup will be the shortstop in Belle Magner. Batting fifth today will be the left fielder, Haley Kuhn. Batting sixth, the pitcher, Emma Brinkley. She's going through her warm-up tosses here at the moment. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Abby Scott. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, Bailey Rice. And then batting ninth will be the right fielder, Andy Joe Wilson. So, Cross, Lipscomb, Tilgen, Magner, Kuhn, Brinkley, Scott, Rice, and Wilson. That will be how Dixon lines up here today. Don't think too many changes from their lineup in their game against Newburgh on Tuesday. But Jada Sullivan will actually be the first one to hit here for the Richland Lady Bears as we get going again here in the nightcap, starting just shy of the top of the hour, 6:59 on my laptop. Glad you could join me here. So here's a swing and a miss. Sullivan way out in front, and it's 0-1. So Jada Sullivan leads things off for the Lady Bears. She's playing catcher today. Batting second will be the shortstop, and Andolyn Wands. Batting third, the third baseman, Cameron Cardos. Next pitch, also swung on miss. Nice breaking ball there from Brinkley, and it's 0-2. Batting cleanup, left fielder Lexi Burns. Batting fifth will be the pitcher Jesse Bennett. Batting sixth, the second baseman Victoria Spurberg. Batting seventh, the center fielder Mallory Moss. Here's a swing and a high fly ball out toward right. Might be playable. No, it's going to come down. That's going to roll all the way up to the wall. It's going to be extra bases here to start things off here for Sullivan as she rounds two. She's going to look for three. Here comes the throw. The tag is applied, and she is out. Got too greedy coming around second. She's thrown out at third. It'll go down as a double, but nothing more. And there's one down here in the top of the first. An exciting way to start off a ball game. So there is one down. The bases are still empty. And that'll bring up shortstop Andolyn Wands. Sullivan was hauling around second, but the throw in from the outfield was just much too good, much too fast. And these are two very good teams. By seeding, well, when you add them up here, I guess it is the lowest seeded matchup we've seen thus far. I guess you could say 1-4, Lakeway Iberia. That was on Tuesday. Of course, Iberia in the championship game, they defeated Lakeway via run rule. Lakeway awaits the loser of this matchup in the 3rd place game. 2-0 count here to Wands, who bats from the right-hand side. 2-0 on the way. Wands trying to lay down a bunt, but she bunts it foul to the right. And it's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Wands. Cameron Cardos on deck. Here's the next pitch. Way high, ball 3. Again, getting going here. The sun's starting to drop off to our left. Here comes the 3-1 now. Again, too high. Ball 4, and Wands will draw the walk. So still one down here, but the walk gives Richland a base runner, their first of the day. And stepping in now, here's Cameron Cardos. Sophomore, batting from the right-hand side, batting third in this lineup. She'll be playing third. First pitch outside, and it's ball 1. Dixon again defeated Newburgh 12-4 on Tuesday. Richland, a much lower scoring affair, 5-1 over Stoutland. 1-0 pitch, misses high, and it's ball 2. Brinkley, a little bit of trouble finding the zone here at the moment. Fires in the 2-0. That one looks good, caught the outer half, and it's strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 away. Again, Wands over on first. Next pitch. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Tilgen behind the plate, taking a long look toward first. Before giving it back to Brinkley here for this upcoming 2-strike pitch. On deck here, Lexi Burns. Here comes the 2-2. Tried to lay down a bunt, but bunted it foul. That should be maybe a bunt with 2 strikes. It might be an out here. Our umps will talk about it. She tried to get out of the way. The pitch was high and inside. But was she still in the process of bunting that one? That's the argument here. Our umps are talking about it. We'll see what happens. No indication just yet. They might say she pulled the bat back, and so it just turns into a foul ball. And so that's what it will be. It'll still be 2-2. She was trying to lay down a bunt, but when you pulled it back to try to get out of the way, it just turned into an accidental foul ball. 2-2. 2-0, 3-2. Makes sense in concept. It's not about the intention, it's about the execution. So our first full count here today, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Brinkley. Swung on, miss, strike 3. Bennett will find her first strikeout here in this one. Strikes out Cardos. That brings us to cleanup hitter, left fielder Lexi Burns. So Burns will try to move that runner over from first. Keep this inning alive here, top of the first. 5 minutes past the top of the hour. First pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. Burns, a junior. Here comes the 0-1. Wanted to chase the pitch high, held up though, and it's 1-1. On deck now, the pitcher, Jesse Bennett. One. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So after giving up that hard contact on the first batter of the game, lots of swings and lots of misses here for Richland. Here's the 1-2. Laid off the pitch up high, and it's 2-2. Cars all the way around the ballpark here in Lakeway. Stopping just shy of right field where all the trees are. Not a bad seat in the house. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a comebacker to the circle. Brinkley has it. Throws it over to Rice at first. And that'll do it here for the top of the first. 1-3 of the play for Richland here in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left over on base. Bottom of the first upcoming here in Lakeway. No score, but Dixon coming up to the plate for the first time in this one. You're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Gasco Sage Electric is owned by their consumer members who use their electricity and other services. They've been providing services to Camden, Marys, Miller, Phelps, and Pulaski counties since 1945. Much like electricity, Gasco Sage considers broadband internet to be an essential service, not just in the big cities, but right here in the rural communities they serve. They work hard at making a difference in the futures of the communities they serve. As a new G-Tech Fiber customer, you can soon be part of their high-speed fiber-to-home broadband network. Give them a call today, 573-759-7146.
Hello everyone, it's Melissa Sharp from the Pulaski County Health Department here to talk about COVID-19. Now that the virus has gone endemic, we will no longer be issuing letters confirming that your home test was positive. However, if you are experiencing COVID symptoms and need to be tested, please come to our Waynesville office located at 102 Ashley May Lane during normal business hours. The flu and COVID vaccinations will also be available at that location during those times. For more information, call 774-3820.
Bottom of the first here in Lakeway. The Dixon Lady Bulldogs set to bat for the first time in this one. Richland held scoreless in the top half, but Jesse Bennett will try to keep the Lady Bulldogs down. Connor Harbert here, Z102.3. Bennett held the Lady Tigers of Stoutland to just the one run on Tuesday, but facing what is almost certainly a powerful offense. Mackenzie Cross, first one up here, takes the first pitch, low and inside, ball number one. 1-1. Next pitch, swung on miss. So, again, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung at the 1-0. Cross, Lipscomb, Tilgen. 1-1 now is sent off to the left-hand side and out of play. That'll be strike number 2, 1-2. You have to see a home run this tournament. Again, 200 down the left field line, 200 to deep center, 192 out toward right. We've gotten close. I believe it was Iberia. Is it Iberia or Dixon? Do not remember which one. Put a ball right up against the wall. On the fly. 1-2 is too low, and it's 2-2. We've seen a few balls up to the wall, but only one through the air. Seen a few more feet on it. 2-2. Swinging a foul ball. And Cross will stay alive. The good news is, with all the trucks, all the cars around the outfield fence, you'll get that home run ball back in play rather quickly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Bennett. Inside, 3-2. Start things off here in the bottom half of the inning with a full count. 3-2 here to Cross. Bennett fires, payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. And Cross will draw the leadoff walk. Behind the plate, Jada Sullivan for Richland today. As Cross heads down to first, bringing us second baseman Kinsley Lipscomb. Lipscomb, first pitch, takes it low, ball 1. Now here comes the 1-0 pitch. Chased it high, swing and a miss, 1-1. Lipscomb, a junior. Next pitch, inside. Ball comes out the hand of Sullivan. To the backstop it goes. But Cross a little slow on the jump. Will actually stay put over on first. Might have been an opportunity to take an extra bag there. But Cross stays over on first. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Bennett fires in another one. Here's another swing and a miss. Sullivan again threatens a throw over to first, but it's 2-2. Two and two now. Swing, contact made, but a foul. Ground ball, left side. And a second helping here, coming at 2-2. Again on deck, Emma Tilgen. Going any farther than that here, Belle Magner waiting on. Here's the next 2-strike pitch. Ground ball, again foul, third base side. Lots of contact. But Lipscomb just a little bit early on it. Try to hold back on this next one, 2-2. Again, fouled it off, this time behind us, off toward the concession stand. So still 2-2 here. Third pitch at 2-2. Bennett rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Bennett finds her first strikeout in this one. There's one down. That runner still over on first. Here for the catcher, it's Emma Tilgen. So Tilgen settles in. Right-handed batter, senior. 1 of 2 on this year's Dixon roster. First pitch misses high, ball 1. One-0 gets away from the catcher Sullivan. That's going to move cross over to second. It's a wild pitch. Tilgen a prospect for the next level. Most likely be playing college ball next year. Powerful hitter. Good catcher behind the plate. 2-0, taken low, ball 3. She's got a cannon of an arm back there. I was watching her during infield, outfield today. She'll send rockets. Good trait to have for a catcher. 3-0. Here's a swing, line drive toward left field. That gets through. We'll see if they try to send cross home. Ball comes in from center field. No, they're going to hold her over at third. Throw will come to second instead to limit it to just a single. It'll be runners at the corners with 1 out. So Tilgen comes through with the single. First hit of the day here for Dixon. And again, with runners at the corners, that brings us to cleanup hitter Belle Magner. In fact, both your seniors on the base paths right now with Cross and Tilgen. Magner herself is a sophomore. First pitch fouled off, strike 1. So 0-1 here to the cleanup hitter Magner. Now another pitch that finds the mark here, 0-2. Tilden trots on over to second. She'll be given the bag. So 0-2 count. Bennett fires. Taken for strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Easy as that for Bennett. She strikes out Magner. Chance to get out of this one. Leave those runners stranded here. Here's left fielder Haley Kuhn. Right-handed batter takes the first pitch high and outside, ball 1. Oh no, now. Here's a swing. Sends a long fly ball, first base side, but it's foul. And it's 1-1. No score, bottom of the first. This game about 15 minutes old. Again, a reminder, game's limited to 90 minutes here in this tournament. No matter what inning you may be in. Here's the 1-1, that gets away, but not far enough to move Cross home from third. It's 2-1. Of course, the typical run rules apply for that timer. But it's more like a sudden death than anything. 2-1, fouled off, make it 2-2. Sure you know what I mean when I describe it. I'm not really finding the right words here. Maybe after this next pitch. 2-strike pitch, 2-0, 3-2. If the home team's behind and the timer sounds, they do get their at-bat. There you go. That's really the crux of it all. Payoff pitch is inside, ball 4. And Kuhn draws the walk. Kind of load the bases here. Big spot here. Coming up for the pitcher, Emma Brinkley. 2 outs, bases loaded. And the pitcher looking to help herself out here. Left-handed batter. Got crossover on third, Tilgen on second. Kuhn on first. First pitch misses outside, and it's ball 1. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Bennett here in this opening frame. Trying to get out of it. 1-0. Outside, ball 2. Walk obviously brings a run home here. Time's called. Two-two, or 2-0, I should say. 2-0, ball 3. Perhaps one errant pitch away now from walking home the game's first run. So we'll almost certainly see Brinkley just watch this one go by, or at least should. Squaring up to bunt, pulls it back. Pitch taken down the middle here for strike 1. Still a hitter's count here for the pitcher Brinkley. Here comes Bennett, the 3-1. Down the middle once more. Payoff pitch upcoming here. So a big at-bat and now a big pitch coming here. 3-2. Cross on third, Tilgen on second. Kuhn on first. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on, missed. And Richland will get out of the trouble here in the bottom of the first. So 3 strikeouts here for Bennett in the first. Leaves the bases loaded. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were 3 runners left on base. So the first inning ends with no runs, no score. Dixon and Richland will move on to the top of the second. You're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Fancher Rica's Funeral Home in Iberia has been serving the needs of the community for many years. The caring expert professional staff will guide you during one of the most difficult times of your life. At Fancher Rica's Funeral Home, you will find compassion, dedication, and pride in a business that has grown with the area. Fancher Rica's Funeral Home of Iberia, Meda, and St. Elizabeth. Call 573-793-2211. Fancher Rica's Funeral Homes, where memories make lasting impressions. As the years go by, everything gets older, even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps, and at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Top of the second coming up here in Lakeway. No score between Dixon and Richland. Our winner's bracket semifinal. Winner faces Iberia. Loser faces Lakeway. Winner plays for the championship. Loser plays for third. Connor Harvard here with you, Z102.3. Don't forget, we'll have a few Frisco League softball games here this year past this point. This might be our final night for the Frisco League tournament, but I certainly will see some of these teams again. That includes Richland and Lakeway. That's our actual first Frisco League game, just our first regular season game. That's coming up September 7th, so keep that in mind. That game will be played in Richland. Be heading out there. We'll also see Dixon again. But actually, Dixon playing Waynesville in that instance. Actually see Dixon a couple times here, but the first pitch to Jesse Bennett, this is low for ball 1. Waynesville traveling to Dixon, so figured it's a good time to go see the Dixon ballpark. And then Dixon later on in the year do play a Frisco League team. It's much later in the year if I do remember, but we'll see him again. 1-0 pitch here to Bennett. This is, caught the upper half of the zone here, and it's 1-1. So again, Jessie Bennett at the plate, her first trip. Dixon Iberia, there we go. That's shaping up to be a pretty good game. That's on September 21st. Bunt laid down here, but fouled on the third base side, and it's 1-2. Dixon Iberia, the 1-2 here in this tournament. Iberia, don't think they've lost much of a step from last season. If that game against Lakeway was anything to go by. course, we'll see them again at the championship tomorrow. 1-2, misses low, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Bennett. Number 5 in the order. Victoria Sperberg on deck. 2-2 pitch. Here's a swing and a fly ball sent out towards center. Getting underneath it. That's the center fielder Cross who makes the grab. And that's out number 1. So Bennett flies out to center. First out here in the inning. With 1 gone. Again, here's second baseman Victoria Sperberg. Sperberg, right-handed hitter, fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Mallory Moss on deck. Again, here in the top of the second. Little 1 offering now, offered up by Brinkley. Here's a soft ground ball over to short. Scooped up, throw to first. Rice has it. And that's out number 2. Bell Magner, a rocket of a throw over to first. And beats Sperberg to the bag. So 2 up, 2 down. And now stepping in, center fielder Mallory Moss. Moss, another right-handed batter. Squares up to bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses low, and it's 1-0. Bell Bowling now on deck. So the 1-0 offered up here by Brinkley. 2 low, 2-0. First game today, we had pitcher-catcher who shared last name. And this one, we have pitcher-catcher who share first name. Emma Brinkley to Emma Tilgen. 2-0, 2 high, 3-0. I will say, first name shared. A lot less confusing and a lot easier. Here comes the 3-0 now. Taken all the way, and it's strike 1. We'll encounter the same problem when we eventually get around to Waynesville. Now the Grosvenors. 3 balls, 1 strike, next pitch. Also in there for a called strike 2. So drawing some parallels here from 3-0 to 3-2 with 2 outs. Brinkley fires, fouled it off the pole, and back on in. So nobody needs to go run that one down. Off the light pole and back in. Back in fair territory, I should add. That gives me an idea. Here comes the next payoff pitch. Fouled off this one. Arena baseball. Not arena baseball like Toronto. What if you just put up some giant walls? And if it lands in fair territory, it lands in fair territory. I don't think there's a lot of money in that idea. Next payoff pitch. Chased one high, strike 3. And that'll end Richland's top of the second. So nothing doing here for the Lady Bears. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Nobody left on base as well. Bottom of the second coming up here. No score between Richland and Dixon. Back in 60, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Hi friends, Kevin here once again for Seeger Toyota of St. Robert, updating you on some great Seeger Toyota news. Over 200 new Toyotas arriving, and over half as of now are still available, including all of your favorite models plus another BZ4X, our new all-electric vehicle that you're going to love. Lots of Toyotas to choose from and lots of pre-owned to choose from as well. With over 150 in stock and 18 different makes, we are ready to help. Reserve your Seeger Toyota now and let's go places at Seeger Toyota of St. Robert next to Walmart and at SeegerToyota.net.
It truly takes a lot to make a public school good, but Stoutland School is working on not just making it good, but making it great. They've implemented many things at the best interest of each and every student, like a 4-day school week, as well as making ongoing improvements to enhance the safety and security of each student, such as a single point of entry, security resource officers on hand. They have also implemented new programs to provide more opportunities for their students, such as accelerated courses and dual credits, just to name a few. So when you are looking at a public school, don't just appeal to the good, look for the great and partner with them to be a more viable part of your community. Stoutland School is just that, a great school. Good luck, Tigers. We are proud of you.
Bottom of the second here in Lakeway. Still no score between Richland and Dixon. Connor Harbert here, Z102.3. A 1-1 count here to number 7 hitter Abby Scott. Third baseman for the Lady Bulldogs. Jessie Bennett in the circle here. Got herself out of a jam in the first inning. Bases loaded, but got the strikeout she needed. Here's a swing and a foul ball off to the right, and it's 1-2 here to Scott. 3 strikeouts thus far for Bennett, all 3 outs coming from McKay. Did give up 1 hit in the previous inning. But 2 strikes, here's the next pitch. Ground ball, back to the circle. Bennett has it, the backhand, throw to first though is wide. And Rice will find her way, will find her way over to first. So that'll be an error here on Bennett on the throw. And Dixon's got another base runner here for their number 8 hitter, first baseman Bailey Rice. Rice, right-handed hitter. Offers up the first pitch, taken for strike 1. Andy Jo Wilson on deck here. She'll be your number 9 hitter. After that, it's back to the top. 0-1. Swung on, missed. Maybe chased it outside, and it's 0-2. Balls, 2 strikes, and again, nobody away. Second batter of the inning. Comes the next pitch from Bennett. Fly ball sent off toward right. Chasing after it. Over the head of the right fielder. That's bowling. She'll have to chase it all the way to the fence. Rounding second is Scott. Rice close behind. They'll hold the runner at third. Second and third, nobody out. Here on the double by Bailey Rice. So Rice with the extra base hit. Scott again, who had to hold up for a moment to see if Bowling would get to that ball out and right. She ends up at third. And it's a big chance here for the number 9 hitter, Andy Jo Wilson. Misses the first pitch, 0-1. Wilson betting from the left-hand side here. Oh, 1, looking to slap it. Slaps one foul. And it's 0-2. Again, after this, we go back to the top of the order with Mackenzie Cross. In this scoreless ball game. Might not be scoreless for much longer, though. Runners on second and third. Wilson going to slap one down the line here, but they pick it up in foul territory. Waited just long enough there for it to roll across the third base side and send everyone back. So still no balls, still 2 strikes. Strikeout here, obviously ideal for the Richland Lady Bears. Here's an next 0-2 on the way. Again, made contact, but popped it up. It's going to come down, though. And they're going to let this one roll foul as well. Too much backspin on it. Landed right in front, or not right in front of the circle, but in front of where Jessie Bennett had been standing. Let it roll, picked up in foul territory. So what would have been bases loaded ends up being another 0-2 pitch. Here is that 0-2 pitch. Taken inside, and it's ball 1. Scott on third, Rice on second. The 1-2 pitch. Chomped it, foul. Another foul here from Wilson. Not having too many problems making contact. He's trying to put it in fair territory. One, two. Now again on the way. High and inside, ball 2. That's where you traditionally say good at bat here for Wilson. Forcing out a lot of pitches. Pitch count not as important in softball, but still doing a good job regardless. Next one, again, slapped it foul. This time directly behind her. Another 2-2. So let's get another one here. 2-2. It's easily the longest at-bat of the game thus far. Here it comes. 2-0 to the backstop it goes. Here comes Scott. Play at the plate is not going to be in time. And Dixon will score their first one of the game. They lead 1-0. So in the end, it's a wild pitch that brings Scott home from third. 3-2 count here at the plate. Rice moving over to third. And now 1-0 in favor of Dixon here in the second. Play was close, but Scott got in just ahead of the tag. Still nobody out here. Still perhaps another runner over on third. Here comes the payoff pitch. Taken, strike 3 call. So Bennett will get her strikeout. Not before letting the run come home, though. But she's got 4 now for the game. All 4 outs that Richland's gathered today have come via the strikeout. But now she'll try to get through Mackenzie Cross. Cross drew a walker first time up, so no at-bats today. Just a plate appearance. First pitch taken inside. It's ball 1. 2 bases empty in front of her. Just the runner on third. That being Rice, who got on a double. Here comes the 1-0. Missed the corner. 2-0. So Cross well ahead in the count here. 2-0 now. Swing, hard ground ball over to short. That rolls up the arm of the shortstop, Wands. Cross is safe, and the run comes home to score. Lots of power behind that one, but in all honesty, we'll give it an error. Second error of the inning here for Richland, as it's a 2-0 lead now for Dixon. Wands tried to field that one to the left of her body, and it rolled up the arm. And now here's a hit-by pitch. Kinsley Lipscomb takes the first pitch off her shoulder. And make that first and second now. Still only 1 out. Comes a powerful hitter, Emma Tilgen. So an RBI opportunity for Tilgen here. Lady Bulldogs out in front, 2-0, 1 out. First pitch to her. Hard ground ball, left side, but foul. Forgot to bring my score sheets from last night, or should I say Tuesday night. Normally this is the part where I tell you what everybody's done, or everybody did. But I made an oopsie. Next pitch. Inside, 1-1. Of course, I don't have my big book of stats. I have to order new ones, so I'm doing it the poor man's way, printing out score sheets online. 1-1. High and outside, gets away from Sullivan. Both runners going to advance. Cross over to third. And Lipscomb over to second. There's no wrong way to keep score, or, well, maybe there is. But as long as it has lines for names and, well, what they've done, it's really okay. Here's a swing and another foul ball off to the left. 2-2. I guess you could draw your own as well. But I'm not going to be that guy. My handwriting and artistry was never my strong suit. So a 2-2 count here to Tilgen. Next pitch. Inside again, 3-2. Tilden dancing out of the way of that one. And it's a full count. First base is empty, so walk simply loads the bases here. On deck, cleanup hitter Bell Magner. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing, foul ball, ricochets off of Tilden, and we'll stay right where we're at. Lights have come on. They've been on for a while here in Lakeway. Again, halfway through the 7 o'clock hour. Next payoff pitch. Again inside, and that's ball 4. So Tilden draws the walk. To first base she goes. Base is loaded for the second straight inning. And Bell Magner coming to the plate, your cleanup hitter. It's the situation you most likely will take every time. Cross on third, Lipscomb on second, Tilden on first. Your first 3 hitters on, and your cleanup hitter at the plate. Magner going to send a foul ball, first base side. It's 0-1. Still only 1 out, that being the strikeout a few batters ago. Andy Joe Wilson striking out. Here's the 0-1. High and outside, and it's ball 1. One's on the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. 2-0 our score here in the second, bottom of the second. Foul ball to the screen, 1-2. Time called now. Sullivan coming out from behind home plate. Talk things over with the pitcher Bennett. Lots of pitches thrown in this inning. Easily has been our... Well, I can't really say that. We did see a 7-run inning earlier today. I was going to say this inning has been quite long. Here comes the 1-2. Ground ball over towards short. Coming up on its ones. Play will come home. Throws in time, so they will get the force at home plate and prevent that run from coming home. Good play there by Wants to make the throw and get that force. So the bases are still loaded. Everybody else advances. It'll be a fielder's choice for Magner. She stands now over on first. Here's left fielder Haley Kuhn. Kuhn drew the walk. Bennett firing it through the dust cloud, and it's 0-1. You think my laptop's the only thing dusty around here? You're sorely mistaken. 0-1. Next pitch runs in and hits her. It's a dead ball, and that scores a run. So Kuhn takes one off the shoulder. She'll tend over to first. Her second free pass today. That brings Lipscomb home. Base is still loaded, but now a 3-0 Dixon lead. Tilden over to third, Magner to second, and Kuhn on first now. Here's Emma Brinkley. Dixon has officially batted around here in the second. 9th batter of the inning. First pitch. Too high, ball 1. This is the second time today we've seen a team bat around. So theoretically, maybe it is the longest half inning we've seen today. Not the highest scoring inning. Here's a ground ball sent to the circle. Throw will go over to first. It's in time. And that'll do it here for the second. So for the second straight inning, Dixon will lead the bases loaded, but they do find 3 runs this time. 3 runs coming through on 1 hit. Nope, excuse me. How about... Yep, on 1 hit. 3 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors. And there was 3 runners left on base. So into the third we go now. Top of the third on the way. The Lady Bears of Richland, they now trail Dixon 3-0. Back in 60, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Tax Pros and More, with locations in St. Robert, Richland, Lebanon, and Jefferson City, offers everything you need to start your brand new business. Don't be afraid of being a sole proprietorship and starting your own company, because you can always grow and hire later. The experts at Tax Pro and More are here to help answer any questions and make the transition extra smooth. Tax Pros and More also specializes in tax return filing, planning, bookkeeping, and financial statement analysis for your business, as well as other payroll services. Call us today and we can help. 573-451-2229.
For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also, find new and used military clothing and gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
How about the third inning now? 3-0 our score. Richland back to the plate, but the Lady Bears, they now trail Dixon after the Lady Bulldogs put up a 3 spot in the previous inning, batting around on Richland, sending 9 to the plate. It will be 8, 9, and 1. Coming up here in this half inning. First pitch taken down the middle, strike 1. Bell bowling at the plate here, by the way. See the top of the order coming up here. 8, 9, and 1. Bowling, Payne, and Sullivan. 0-1 here from Brinkley's taken high, 1-1. As I said earlier, solid crowd on hand here for this one. Has to be expected of the nightcap. Everybody's off work. Able to come out to the ballpark. Here's a bunt laid down, but foul to the backstop. Strike 2. Speaking of solid crowds, hopefully we'll get a solid crowd tomorrow over in Waynesville. Tigers, football Tigers, taking on Parkview, home opener. So again, Tigers chasing that first win. 1-2 count here at the plate. Next pitch to Bowling, taken low, but ball 2. Talked with Waynesville head coach Kyle Barkley this morning, or this afternoon, should say. Got a few comments from him. You can hear those in the morning sports tomorrow. 2-2, taken way high, ball 3 here to Bowling. It's a full count to start things out here in the third. Talked about Parkview a little bit. We talked obviously about the injury situation. Good news on that front. Should be a fun game tomorrow. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, missed. That's strike 3. Strikeout number 3 here today for Emma Brinkley. She's now got 1 strikeout in each inning. Here comes the number 9 hitter. It's Jordan Payne. Payne, first baseman, batting from the right-hand side. First pitch, swung on, over the top of it, 0-1. After Payne, we go to Jada Sullivan in the on-deck circle here at the moment. 0-1 offering. Again, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Brinkley looking for a multi-strikeout inning. Looking for strikeout number 4 here in this third. Here comes the pitch. Too high, 1-2. Richland so far today, 1 hit. Here's a swing and a pop fly. This one won't leave the infield. Who's going to call it? It'll be the shortstop who makes the grab, Bell Magner. 4 out, number 2. So Payne's away, and that brings us to the leadoff batter once more, Jada Sullivan. 1 for 1 today, but was thrown out trying to extend a double into a triple. That's how we got things started today. So we know Sullivan can flash the power here, perhaps looking for something again. Takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Next one. Hard comebacker to the circle here. Brinkley has it. To first it goes. In time for out number 3. So down goes Richland in order. Once more, 1, 2, and 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Bottom of the third now here in this one. With Dixon still out in front, they lead Richland 3-0. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
The Dixon Area Caring Center is a thrift store, community room, and food pantry. The thrift store is donation-based. Donations may be dropped off during business hours. Food pantry hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. until noon. If eligible, you can receive food pantry assistance once a month. They also serve commodities on the third Thursday of every month from 1 until 3 p.m. The DACC has recently added a fitness center. If interested, call or stop by the store and get an application. Dixon Area Caring Center is here for you always when you need them.
Your car is still the one. You love everything about her, except for that. From when Ben dropped his milkshake, and that. From when you tried to transport that sharp thing, and that. That's always in the air thanks to your shotgun rider, Earl. Luckily, we can fix that.
Reeves Auto Upholstery, serving both Lebanon and Richland with decades of experience. There's no job too big or too small, because they've seen it all.
Bottom of the third here in this one. 3-0 our score. Dixon out in front of the Richland Lady Bears. Dixon back to the plate here after batting around in the second inning. Only got the 3 runs to show for it, but those 3 runs certainly enough here at the moment. Looking to add on. It will be, I'll tell you what, lost my spot here. It's actually Abby Scott to the plate. She'll send the ground ball over to short. Wands has it over to first in time. Beat her by a step for out number 1. Forgot to mark who started last inning, so didn't catch a number on that. But it was Abby Scott who grounded out over to short, and that's 1 out. Scared me for a second. So Scott's put away here. That brings us to Bailey Rice, who's 1 for 1. Chased one up high, 0-1. Rice 1 for 1. She doubled. Waiter scored in that second inning. Next offering here, fouled one off, 0-2. Just a little bit of sunlight left here in Lakeway. And it comes set, 0-2. Chased it outside, strike 3. Well, Bennett gets herself another strikeout here in this one. Makes that 5 for her. And the first 2 are gone. Brings her to a bit of her nemesis, Andy Joe Wilson. Wilson took her quite deep as far as pitches go. Fouling off several pitches before eventually striking out. So Wilson 0 for 1. First pitch outside, 1-0. Bennett working quickly. Next pitch. This one, slap foul. 1-1. At the time, that was the first out of the inning. Of course, Dixon would then be able to find themselves those runs from there. Here comes the 1-1. This one, again, slap foul, and it's 1-2. Two-strike pitch from Bennett on the way. Low and away, 2-2. So 2's on the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bottom of the third, 3-0, favor of Dixon. Next pitch from Bennett is slapped over to short. Wands has it, nobody covering first, and Wilson will beat her there. So nobody over on first to cover, as everybody was playing in. And so Wilson will beat out the infield single. So no 1-2-3 inning this time round, but still 2 outs. So top of the order once more here. Mackenzie Cross going to get her third look. Third look in as many innings. She's 0 for 1. A walk and reached on an error in the second. First pitch inside, throw on down to second. Wilson slides, ball is dropped. Don't know if it would have beaten her there anyway, but Wilson does steal second. Next one, check swing, fouled it off, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strikes, and again 2 outs. Wilson over on second. Hard hit ground ball. That gets by the second baseman into right field. They're going to try to send Wilson. They will. Here comes a throw home. It's not going to actually be there. There was no throw in the end. And it's an RBI single here for Mackenzie Cross. 4-0 now in favor of Dixon. Throw came to second. Then no throw home. So Wilson finds her way in, unthreatened. And Cross gets credit for the RBI. So Dixon extends its lead. First pitch to Kinsley Lipscomb is taken. Called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, taken inside, ball 1. Trying to find. That's the first RBI you can credit here in this game. Believe it's not. Believe I just missed the marking somewhere. 1-1, taken low, ball 2. Believe Bell Magner. Nope. That's wrong. Haley Kuhn got credit for an RBI. So the 2-1 is taken for a called strike 2 here on Lipscomb. Kuhn was hit by a pitch, which brought home a run. Trying to figure out the rest anyway. Here's a line drive sent out toward left field. So Lipscomb will find herself a base hit, her first of the game. Cross moves over to second, first and second, still with 2 away. But 2 straight singles here, 3 straight singles here. For Emma Tilgen, first and second, 2 outs. What was a potential 1-2-3 inning might turn into a few more runs. We'll have to wait and see here. It's already 1 run. Here's a swing and a foul ball. Strike 1. Tilgen today is 1 for 1. Single in the first. And a walk in the second. It's left stranded over on third, though, in the second inning. Left stranded on second in the first. 4-0. Bottom of the third. 0-1. Inside, ball 1. On deck here, Bell Magner. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, high fly ball, left side. Giving chase is the left fielder who makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So that one near the fence, but out there to make the grab, that's Lexi Burns. And end the third inning. But Dixon does still find 1 run here in this half inning. 1 run coming through on 3 hits. There was no errors. And there was 2 runners left over on base. So, heading on into the 4th inning now. 4-0 our score. Dixon leads Richland here in this one. You're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3.
We take the convenience of electricity for granted. Mother Nature knocks out the power with a storm. Then we realize how much our life and livelihood is dependent upon electricity. Most of us know very little about it. The pros at K. York Electric in Crocker know a lot about electricity. It's a job only the experienced electrician should attempt. Doing your own electrical work could be deadly. That's why many people in our area and beyond count on K. York Electric for professional electrical work. Residential or commercial, K. York Electric has done it and done it well. K. York Electric in Crocker, a proud supporter of the Crocker Lions and Lady Lions.
Home Plate Grill, located at 310 South Elm Street in Dixon, is locally owned and operated and is very proud to be part of the Dixon community. Home Plate Grill offers family-style dining with your family in mind. They have home cooking and down-home comfort just like you get at home. Come see for yourself and make sure you check out their great lunch and dinner specials as well. Home Plate Grill, 310 South Elm Street in Dixon. Best food and staff around. See you soon at the Home Plate Grill.
It takes a village to educate our children. That's why our school is hiring.
Richland R4 School District is now hiring paraprofessionals. Apply online at richlandr4.tedk12.com. For more information, call 573-765-3711.
Top of the 4th here in this one. 4th inning, 4 runs for the Dixon Lady Bulldogs. They lead Richland here in this one 4-0. But Richland trying to get back in the swing of things here, trying to really break through. Just 1 base runner here in this game. Make that, well, actually, yeah, just 1 base runner. Here in this one, first pitch Missed it. Missed the zone. 1-0. Trying to slap one down the line was Andolyn Wands, but she pulled it back just in time for ball 1. 2, 3, and 4 coming up here. Now here's a ball hit foul. 1-1. Wands, Cardos, Burns. All set to hear in this half inning. I don't think that was English. I'll try that again here in a second. 1-1. That one's missed. 1-2. All set to hit in this half inning. I make this language look hard sometimes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. That one makes contact. Pops it up right in front of the circle. It gets down in fair territory for a base hit. So Andolyn Wands comes through. Wasn't the hardest hit ball in the world, but found the spot where nobody was. And we'll get credit here for the leadoff single. So we'll see what Richland can do with the leadoff single. Here's Cameron Cardos. Coast. Hard hit ball into left field. That gets through. That's going to get by the left fielder. They're going to try to make this an extra bag play. Sliding into third is Juan. She'll be there safely. Meanwhile, Cardos moves on in over to second. Be a single here for Cardos. Moves over to second. And Wands will get all the way on over to third. So a good opportunity here for the Lady Bears. Second and third. Cleanup hitter Lexi Burns to the plate. First offering from Brinkley. Misses low and away. It's ball 1. 1 to the outfield. Perhaps gets you 2 runs and cuts this lead in half. Jesse Bennett on deck here. 1-0 pitch. Way high to the backstop it goes. Richland trying to run for it, and they'll score a run. That ball all the way down the third base line. Caught a pole. Took a hard hop, but Richland will score their first run of the game on a wild pitch. They cut the lead to 3 at 4-1. The ball hit the pole right to my left and came off like a rocket. So no potential play on that one. Just have to eat the run. Now here's a ground ball over to short. Going to be a trade and out for a run here, but the throw sails wide. Don't even get the out here. The lead's cut in half. It's now 4-2. So Cardos scores at the throwing ear on the shortstop. Burns gets over to first, and now we'll have an infield meeting here for Dixon. So 2 singles and an error. Got the Lady Bears aboard. And a chance to do more here. Still nobody out. It's been all Dixon to this point, but for the first time, Richland's got the bats going. Just the 1 hit. Entering this inning, back in the first. That 1 hit, not even leading to a base runner. After the double was extinguished, trying to become a triple. So 4-2 now our score. Nobody out. Runner on first. First pitch here to Bennett. She slaps one third base side. Taken by the pitcher. Throw to first is not in time. Everybody's safe. Richland's fired up over to my left. As Burns moves over to second. Bennett gets the single. Third single of the inning. We'll have a courtesy runner now for Richland. I'll tell you, I don't have numbers on the roster. I do have a Richland. Nope, that's Dixon's. I don't have a name on it. Knew that would come back to haunt me, but she'll be running here for Bennett, the pitcher. The picture I took of the Richland lineup card only had first names, no numbers. Guess I didn't think too hard about it. So we do have a pinch runner over on first. Actually, now I think about it, I think I actually might be able to solve this one. Here's a swing, ground ball back up the middle. Handled by the shortstop here. Throw comes to first, and that one gets away. It goes to the fence. Richland trying to send the runner home. Lexi Burns will score, and the lead is now 1. It's 4-3. So 2 errors now. As a pinch runner gets all the way to third, it'll be first and third here. As Victoria Spurberg gets aboard on another throwing error. And this is going to lead to a meeting here once again for Dixon, this time involving head coach Michael Flower. So 3 runs here in this 4th inning, and a chance for more. It'll be first and third when we get back to it. Nobody out. Bottom of the lineup coming up here. But we do have 3 outs to play with. There we go. They did have a name on here. It says running. Audrey Running. So I believe, I'll confirm this. Again, working without numbers. I believe it's Audrey Bowling. Yep, sophomore. She stands over at third. So Audrey Bowling over at third. Victoria Sperberg on first. The tying run standing over on third. Mallory Moss now at the plate. Pitch from Brinkley, trying to lay down a bunt. Missed it, though. Strike one. This game's gotten suddenly a lot more interesting. The dormant Richland offense suddenly alive, and a lot more enthusiasm coming from the Richland dugout. 0-1 now from Brinkley. Bunt's laid down, but foul just in front of the base. So 0-2 here. 0-2 here to Moss. Moss struck out her first time up. One of 3 strikeouts today for Brinkley. 0-2. Bunt laid down. Coming back to the circle here. Flip over to first in time. Now a run comes home. She will slide in, and she will tie this ball game up. They get the out over at first. Did they not? Moss still over on first. I don't believe they did. She come off the bag? Coach Farr from the Dixon dugout asking for an explanation, and I think the explanation he's getting is she was off the bag. So everybody's safe, and the run scores. Be an error here on the first baseman to allow Moss to reach base. Sperberg over at second. Here's another ball laid down the first base side, but play's going to be whistled dead as they're going to say she kicked it. So play's whistled dead, but now we're going to get together and talk about it here. I'll refrain from making any marks with my pen here. So it's a dead ball foul. So it'll still be first and second here. Sperberg on second, Moss on first, tied up at 4. Nobody out. Bowling facing an 0-1 count here. Next pitch, missed it, 0-2. Jordan Payne on deck. And we go back to the top of the order with Jada Sullivan. Bowling batting from the left-hand side. Here's the pitch. Come back to the circle. Throw's going to go to first, but Sullivan goes high again! Another Dixon error! So 1 run's going to score. Sperberg scores. They're going to look for 2. Here comes a throw into the infield. Brinkley won't have a throw. Make it 6-4 Richland. Error after error after error at the moment for Dixon. This one's going to be on the pitcher Brinkley. 4 errors in the inning. Both runs score. Bowling ends up on second in the end, and it's 6-4. So runner still in scoring position, still nobody out. And here is Jordan Payne. Payne 0 for 1 today. She popped out to short. Getting the top of the order. Coming up after this, we know we will certainly see Jada Sullivan. Here's a ball. Knocked foul, 1-1. Richland not trying to do too much with the ball right now. Simply putting the ball in play and letting their speed really kind of take care of the rest. They've certainly been helped by some errors along the way. But right now, the small ball game's really working for them. 1-1. Missed it again, 1-2. Sometimes all you have to do is put the ball in play. That's the most important thing. What happens from there? Well, you have to wait and see. Here's another ball popped up. Brinkley runs in on it. She'll flip it to first, but not in time. Again, Richland will beat out the throw over to first. It's first and third, nobody out. Bowling moves over to third. Payne beats out the infield single. And right now it's just bunt after bunt after bunt after bunt. Just really telling Dixon, you have to beat us somehow. You have to be able to play this. And so far, they just haven't been able to. So 6 runs. 9th batter coming up to the plate here, and it's the top of the order, Jada Sullivan. Don't know if we'll see Sullivan bunt. Sullivan certainly can put a little power behind the swing. We'll see what she does here. There is runners on first and third. Next pitch to Sullivan. Swing, comebacker, over to short. Could be 2. They'll flip it to second for 1. That'll be the only throw they have. But the run will score from third, make it 7-4. It's an RBI fielder's choice here for Jada Sullivan. And that'll be out number 1. Get the force play on Payne, going from first to second. So 7 runs across. This is the 10th hitter of the inning. And that'll be Andelin Wands. She got everything started. She's going to lay down a bunt here, but it spins foul. And that'll be strike 1. So Wands got things started with a leadoff single. She later scored. Only one player has not scored. 2 players, but, well, only one's not scored. Next pitch taken high, and it's 1-1. Payne was thrown out, of course, going from first to second. Sullivan still could very well score, depending on how the rest of the inning goes. Right now, it's Wands here at the plate. Just going to say every Richland Lady Bear, save for 1, might score. Here's a ball popped up behind home plate. Catch is made by Tilgen. They'll get the double play. Sullivan trying to get back to the bag, but runs right into the tag. Heads up thinking from Emma Tilgen to throw down to first and get the double play to end the inning. So the inning ends just kind of like that. A pop up to the catcher, and then a throw back over to first. But Richland will find 7 runs here in this inning. 7 runs coming across on 4 hits. There were 4 Dixon errors, and there was nobody left on base. Heading on in now to the bottom of the 4th, halfway through this one. This ball game just over an hour old. Dixon will try to make up on this 3-run deficit. You're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
For a free insurance review, for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Central Ozarks Medical Center has medical clinics in Richland, Camdenton, Laurie, and Osage Beach. There's no need to wait days or weeks to see a doctor when COMC can get you in to see a doctor promptly. They also have dental clinics in Camdenton, Laurie, and Eldon for everything from essential services to emergency dental care. COMC accepts private insurance, self-pay on a sliding scale, Medicaid, and managed care for kids and adults. Visit centralozarks.org for more information. COMC, your health, our mission.
Well, there's something about the 7-run inning here at this 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament. The 4th 7-run inning we've seen in this tournament. This time for the Richland Lady Bears as they storm out to a 3-run lead against the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, who now stand at the plate trying to make up that deficit. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a ground ball back up the middle. Belle Magner going to get things started. She's on with a leadoff single. So Magner wasting no time finding the bases for the 2nd time today. First hit of the game. She'll get herself on here for Haley Kuhn. 7 Richland runs, 4 Dixon errors. But Dixon always a dangerous team with the bat. We'll see what they can do. Already one single. And again, Kuhn coming up here, who's going to hit a ground ball over to first. Bobbled a little bit by Payne, but she'll be able to gather herself and step on the bag for the force out. So 3 unassisted goes to play, but meanwhile, Magner moves over to second. 1 out now for Emma Brinkley. Are in scoring position here. Tying run in the on-deck circle. And again, 20 minutes to play. That inning did take up a lot of the time. Here's a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Brinkley today is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out back to the pitcher. Oh, 1 offering now from Bennett to Brinkley, and here's a fly ball sent towards center. Shallow fly ball. That one comes down. Unable to make the grab here. Taken off for third is Magner. And she'll find her way in safely. It's an error on Moss. And everybody's safe. Still only 1 down. So Brinkley aboard. She stands on first. And again, Magner able to advance to third after the drop of the fly ball. And with again, 1 out, it's Abby Scott. Scott going to lay down a bunt here. Nowhere to throw. And everybody's safe. Well, a taste of their own medicine here. As the bunt leaves Richland nowhere to go. It's a bunt single for Scott. Her first hit of the day. And for the 3rd time in this game, the bases will be loaded here for the Lady Bulldogs. Go ahead run here at the point, represented by Bailey Rice. Swinging away here, sends one foul to the right, and it's 0-1. Bases loaded in the first, they got nothing out of it. Bases loaded in the second, they got 3 runs out of it. And now the bases loaded here in the 4th. 3 runs here would tie it up. Did pick up 1 run in the 3rd, but they did not load the bases. Here comes the 0-1. Taken in at the knees for strike 2. Or did they? Single, single, single. They did. So actually, the 4th time they've loaded the bases. Every inning. 0-2, bounces in front of home plate. Sullivan behind the plate, staying in front of it. It's 1-2. That's right, the bases were loaded with 2 outs and then the fly out to left. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the next pitch. Ground ball over to short. Throw is going to come home for the force out just in time. Beat her to the bag. They'll get the force play. It's a fielder's choice. And it stays a 3-run game. And so 2 down now. That brings us to number 9 hitter, Andy Jo Wilson. Now time's going to be called. Looking at Rice over on first here. But whatever it is, I think she's good to go. So the base is still loaded here. Go ahead run still at home plate. That being now Andy Jo Wilson. Tying runs on first. First pitch to Wilson, slaps one. Third base line, they're going to let it roll foul. That'll be strike 1 here. Wilson today is 1 for 2. Strikeout and a single. Force at any base right now for Richland. Twice now in this game they've gone home with it for the force out. Next pitch. Outside, and it's 1-1. Jesse Bennett in the circle with 5 strikeouts here in this one. A strikeout here would be huge. Snaked her way out of 1 bases loaded situation today. Why not another? 1-1. Here's a ball slapped toward the circle. Play's going to come home, and that'll end the inning. Richland will keep Dixon off the board. So 2 force outs at home plate. We'll keep Dixon scoreless here in the 4th. No runs. No runs, 2 hits. There was 1 error. And there was essentially 3 runners left over on base. Another fielder's choice. The third time Dixon's left the bases loaded here in this one. Let's take 60 seconds. When we come back, it'll be time for inning number 5. Richland leads Dixon 7-4. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament on Z102.3.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
Now's a great time to discover all the advantages Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has to offer. The Discover Summer Sales event is going on now, and they've got their largest selection in years with more vehicles on the way. Go anywhere, do anything SUVs, and Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck. They've got them all, now with their best deals of summer, and they're paying top dollar for your trade. For a great selection and big savings, visit Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today and find out what it means to be backed by Morse.
5th inning here in Lakeway. Top of the 5th at the moment. Richland back up to the plate here. The Lady Bears lead the Dixon Lady Bulldogs 7-4. Right now, all of Richland's runs coming in that 4th inning. Might be the inning that decides the game. They have a chance to extend upon it here. Connor Harbor here with you, Z102.3. So here's the situation as I know it. According to what is essentially the unofficial timer, about 10 minutes left in this game. Someone to watch here. Home team will get the final at-bat, but it is worth noting. First pitch here, too. Cameron Cardos is up high for ball 1. 1-0 now, also taken high, and that's ball 2. Bases loaded for Dixon in the 4th inning. 2 forced plays at home plate, keeping would-be runs off the board. 2-0 here to Cardos. Here's a big swing and a miss. Cardos swinging for the fences there, 2-1. Cardos today looking at a 1-for-2 game. Strikeout and a single. 2-1. Chased it high. Again, just trying to wall up that baseball. That softball, and it's 2-2. Trying to send that one to orbit out in left field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That time the ball in the zone. But Cardos unable to catch up to the fastball. So, that'll be out number 1. So Cardos sat down on strikes. It's strikeout number 4. For Emma Brinkley. Now gets a swing and a miss here from Lexi Burns for strike 1. Next pitch from Brinkley. Chased it way high. Richland perhaps buying a bit too much in their own hype right now. And it's 0-2. Need to stay back and play their game. Remember, all those runs in the 4th pretty much picked up by small ball. Here's a ball. Chased it high, but sends a ground ball over to short. And's going to get on base for it. No play from short. Well, definitely came out of the zone for that one, but as I've talked about before, you can put some power behind those. Sends a high fastball off towards short, no throw. And Burns will beat out the infield single. So Burns aboard here, 1 out. Jesse Bennett now to the plate. Bennett looking to slap it. Ball gets by the catcher. Burns taken off for second. 1-0 count. Runner now in scoring position. Pulled the bat back in time. Here's the 1-0 now from Brinkley. Contact made, but fouled it off. 1-1. Lakeway soccer team, by the way, victorious in Iberia. Frisco League action. Frisco League sports update, as I get them. They come across my feed sometimes. 1-1. Inside half of the plate, strike 2. Victoria Spurberg on deck. But right now, Bennett at the plate. Facing a 1-2 count. Next pitch on the way. Held off the pitch up high, and it's 2-2. Burns over on second. Richland leading 7-4, top of the fifth. Next pitch. Again, laid off of it up high, and it's 3-2. Trying to see if there was anything else today. Not finding it. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. So 2 strikeouts now for Brinkley in this half inning. 5 total. And with 2 down, runner still over on second. Second baseman Victoria Spurberg. Next pitch to Spurberg. Fouled off to the right. Strike 1. 8:21 here at the moment. Top of the fifth. Should see a bottom of the fifth. Here's the next pitch. Taken low. Ball 1. I do not know how much more we'll get after that. Again, that 90-minute time limit. Dixon may or may not have one more try at this. Here's a swing and a miss on the 1-1. The ideal situation is for you to hurry. Get this final out here. Maximize your time at the plate. Even though that doesn't really matter. Time rules are very weird. You'll get all the time in the world if you can just get there. Here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Not something you see a whole lot. It only comes about tournament play. 2-2. Way high, ball 3. So full count coming up here to Spurberg. Mallory Moss on deck. But a payoff pitch upcoming. Brinkley set. Here it comes. Strike 3 on the outside edge. And that'll bring Dixon up to plate here in the bottom of the fifth. So 3 strikeouts for Brinkley. Means there was nothing doing here for Richland in the fifth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the fifth we go. 7-4. Dixon trailing by 3. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Lakeway R5 schools are proud of the academic success of their youth. Hard work and dedication of the students is what it takes to achieve goals. The Lakeway R5 schools are dedicated to the education of their students, and the teachers and administration work hard to prepare them for the future. Lakeway R5 schools encourages students to be involved in school activities. This message of support brought to you by Lakeway R5 schools.
Imagine yourself in a time where quality and durability weren't just words when value was placed on workmanship. Pennaroyal Antiques and Collectibles at 122 Commercial Street in Crocker has Victorian and primitive furniture from the 18 and 1900s. You'll find rare documents and many unusual items like antique and collectible toys, military items, and vintage clothing. Thousands of items available, and if you don't see it in the store, ask for it at Pennaroyal Antiques. There's also something from the past called customer service. Pennaroyal Antiques and Collectibles. Open the third Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of every month from 10 to 4 or by appointment at 855-3259.
Well, bottom of the fifth here in Lakeway. Richland's got themselves a 3-run lead over Dixon. 7-4 our score. 4 minutes, as I understand it, on the timer. But, again, we've reached the bottom of the fifth, so this almost certainly going to be the final half inning. First pitch here to Mackenzie Cross. Inside, ball 1. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But I have a feeling it's do or die time for the Lady Bulldogs. Top of the order, Cross, Lipscomb, Tilgen. So take that as a plus for Dixon here. You got your powerful bats coming up. Here's a swing, little nubber in front. At the circle, throw from Bennett is not going to be in time. Cross beats out the infield single. That'll bring the tying run into the on-deck circle. As Cross beats out. Oh, the swinging bunt. And dribbles right in front of the plate, but gave herself enough time to hustle down the line, get on the base pass, reach the base pass for the 4th time in this game. Cross has been very good at getting aboard. First pitch, throw down to first. Blocked by Payne, but Cross is back. Ball was outside, ball 1. Lipscomb today, she is 1 for 2. Hit in the third, hit by a pitch in the second. That's where she scored. 1 run today. And struck out swinging in the first. Next pitch, taken high, ball 2. Dixon has loaded the bases today in every inning thus far. They've left the bases loaded in all innings but 1. 2-0, delivered by Bennett. Caught the upper half. 2-1. Emma Tilgen on deck. Here's the 2-1. Swing, fly ball, sent out toward left center. That's trouble. That gets down. Cross going to move to second. Ball comes in quickly. Actually throw to second, but Cross does beat it to the bag. And it's a second straight single to start this inning. So first and second. And here comes to the point, Emma Tilgen. Tying run, represented by Tilgen at the moment. Tilgen is 1 for 2. First pitch, Tilgen swinging away here. Fouls one off. Off the athletic director's truck. Send you a bill. Athletic director Bill Towns around here somewhere. Here comes the 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. Not on the fly, mind you. Took a bounce. And parked down the left field line. I was going to say, feel like it's my duty to tell you where I'm parked since I mentioned it. Here's a pitch up high, 2-1. So again, this is the decisive inning. We're past the 90-minute mark. Here's the 2-1. And it's taken high, ball 3. 1 errant pitch away from, Dixon loading the bases a 5th straight time. At the moment, there's nobody out. Would put the tying run on base. Here's the 3-1. High fly ball, but foul left side. 3-2. On deck here, it's Belle Magner. The count is full. Tilgen, a powerful hitter, currently representing the tying run. Bennett comes set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 1. So Bennett breaks through Tilgen. Chase the high fastball. But not out of the woods just yet. Still another tying run coming to the plate. That's Belle Magner. Magner picked up a hit her last time up. She's 1 for 3. Singled in the 4th, but was thrown out at home. First pitch. Ground ball over to second. Could be 2. They're going to go to nowhere. Didn't make a choice. An error by Victoria Sperberg, and the bases are loaded. Look towards second, perhaps wanting to turn 2. Turning 2 would have ended the game, but didn't make the throw, and by the time she decided not to throw, it was too late to go to first. Bases loaded for the 5th straight time here for Dixon, and 1 out. Tying run is on first. The winning run is at home plate. So that'll be an error on second. Second error of the game on Richland. And the winning run is officially in the field of play. Currently represented by Haley Kuhn. Kuhn, first pitch, ground ball back up the middle. It's going to get through. It's going to get to second base. There's no throw. They'll throw it to Payne anyway, but the run will score. The lead is down to 2, 7-5. Ross will score from third. It'll go down as a single for Kuhn, an RBI single. Lipscomb over to third. Tying run, Belle Magner now to second. In winning run, Haley Kuhn now over on first. There is 1 out. And before we get to Emma Brinkley, it's time for a full team visit here for Richland. Head coach Paige Alexander talking things over. Again, Richland, all of their runs in one singular inning. Dixon a little more spread out today. 3 runs in the second, 1 run in the third, and 1 run in the fifth. It's really simple right now if you're Richland. If you can go home with it, do it. You've done it plenty today. If you have to go to first and you have to trade a run for an out, you have to do it. You still have a 2-run cushion to work with. The most important thing is that you get an out. Strikeout, obviously, always picture perfect. First pitch here to Emma Brinkley. Fastball taken high, and it's 1-0. Again, the tying runs on second, the winning runs on first. Now on the way from Bennett. Here's a swing and a pop fly. Who's going to handle it out there? That might be in no man's land. It comes down. Everybody has to run. They're going to throw over to third. They do get the force. But a run will score. The lead is down to 1, 7-6, but that will be out number 2 at third. It's an RBI single for Emma Brinkley. She put that ball just over the head of the shortstop. Limpscomb will score to make it 7-6, but the tying run is still over on second. Magner was thrown out. Kuhn on second. Brinkley on first. First pitch. Here to Abby Scott. It's taken for strike 1. Scott needing to come through in a big spot here. She is 1 for 3. A single her last time up in the fourth. 0-1 pitch delivered by Bennett. Swing. Ground ball right in front of home plate. She'll run into it. And that's going to be ruled out. That's going to be the ball game. So ran into the baseball outside of the box, and Richland will be advancing to the Frisco League Softball Championship game. They have a date with Iberia come 8 o'clock tomorrow. Bit of an anticlimactic conclusion to this one, but that's how this one's going to come to a close. Dixon, of course, will move on to the third place game. They will take on Lakeway, tournament host Lakeway. So we're going to do what we always do. We're going to take a couple minutes. We're going to talk things over. We're going to go over some lines here, and then I'll set you up for, well, tomorrow. Again, we will not be broadcasting those games, but I will still set you up for what is to come tomorrow. But anyway, final score in this one, Richland 7, Dixon 6 in 5 innings. You're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine, too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Or come see me, John Gregory, in Crocker.
get prepaid Visa cards with the purchase of batteries at your Napa Parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply. Buy one Legend or Legend Premium AGM battery, claim a $20 Visa gift card. Get a AAA battery and get a $25 prepaid Visa card. And get a $25 Visa card with the purchase of a select Bosch lithium-ion battery. Get online rebates with Avalanche refrigerant and save 30% on stop leak, conventional motor oil, synthetic and heavy-duty diesel engine oil, all with sale prices this month. Get the good stuff 7 days a week at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
You seem a little quiet.
Frustrated at work.
Oh, what's going on?
Being a CNA at a big hospital is nothing more than get me this and give me that. I always thought it would be a job that really made a difference.
Maybe you should downsize, specialize, or find a fit for your passion.
Is there such a place?
Dixon Nursing and Rehab, located in the heart of Dixon, Missouri, is now hiring certified nursing assistants. If you're not certified but have the passion to serve in a home-like environment and make a difference in the lives of residents every day, stop in and apply today. Dixon Nursing and Rehab can provide the courses needed to get you certified and to start for your career today.
Back here once again at the Lakeway Softball Complex. This one is in the books, perhaps the most dramatic game of the tournament thus far, but it's going to be the Richland Lady Bears who move on. They are advancing to the championship game where they will play against the number 1 seeded Iberia Lady Rangers, while the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, they will play in the 3rd place game against tournament host Lakeway. So 7-6 your final score. Richland defeats Dixon in this one. Connor Harbit with you, Z102.3. Like I said, dramatic game pretty much all the way until the end. Bit of an anticlimactic finish with the runner interference being the call that ends the game, but ultimately a rule's a rule, and when you look back at this game, you really say one thing. Well, the big inning. We talked about it all tournament long. Another 7-run inning decides another game. This time for the Richland Lady Bears, they rack off 7 runs in the 4th on 4 hits, 4 Dixon errors in that game. That's not going to feel good, I think, if you're Dixon, considering those are the only 4 errors you committed all game. They just happen in a very concentrated area, as Richland really, really succeeded in the small ball in that inning in particular. So some final lines here in this game. First of all, for Dixon, 6 runs today, 6 runs on 10 hits. They committed 4 errors in the field. Like I said, all 4 of those errors coming in the same half inning. And then that's actually Richland. 13 runners left on base for Dixon as well. That's another key stat here in this game. 13 runners left on base. They got them full in all 5 innings. Bases loaded all 5 innings. But other than the 2nd and the 5th, you just weren't able to get as much production there as you needed from those situations. Meanwhile, for Richland, 7 runs today on 6 hits. They do commit 3 errors out in the field. They do leave 2 runners on base. Again, it was really kind of slow going for Richland in every other inning besides that 4th inning. They went down, they sent 4 to the plate in the 1st, 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd, 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd, and then 4 runners in the 5th, or 4 hitters in the 5th. But in the 4th inning, 11 hitters, 7 runs, and again 4 errors. So that will pretty much set up our final tournament day. That comes up tomorrow. And again, once a reminder, we will not be broadcasting those games for you. We will be over in Waynesville doing Waynesville football. But things get started tomorrow at 4 o'clock here in Lakeway. They'll start things with the 5th place game. It will be the Crocker Lady Lions. The 5th seed dropped that game to Lakeway, received a bye in the consolation bracket, went straight to the 5th place game. They will be taking on Stoutland, who of course defeated Newburgh earlier today. Final score in that one being 12-2. Stoutland with the big win there. And then they'll follow it up with the 3rd place game. We now know it will be tournament host Lakeway. As the 4 seed, they will be taking on the number 2 seeded Dixon Lady Bulldogs. And then after that one is done, it's time for the championship, as it will be again the Iberia Lady Rangers, a big run rule victory over Lakeway in the semifinals after receiving a bye. They will be taking on the Richland Lady Bears, who win here tonight. But I think that'll go ahead and do it for us here tonight. Again, a reminder, Waynesville football tomorrow right here on Z102.3. 7 o'clock kick. It will be a 6:30 pregame, so make sure you tune in nice and bright and early, or of course head on out here to Lakeway and enjoy a nice long day of softball. But that'll do it for Dan back in the studio. I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoy bringing it to you here tonight. Until next time, you've been listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
You've been listening to Frisco League Tournament Softball on 102.3 FM from Lakeway. Our games have been brought to you in part by Home Plate Grill of Dixon, the Lakeway School District, Reeves Auto Upholstery, Dixon Area Caring Center, Richland School District, Seeger Toyota, the Bank of Crocker, Shelter Insurance Agents John Gregory in Crocker and Dave Holland in Richland, Memorial Chapels of Waynesville, St. Robert in Richland, Ed Morris Ford, Paul's Furniture Outlet, St. Robert Auto Supply, and Domino's Pizza of St. Robert. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's contest. We'll see you back here next time with more Frisco League Tournament Softball.